Back with another episode of Clueless Card Pools, Magic the Gathering, and a part 2 where we are doing 12 more booster packs from this gigantic booster box of Duskmourne, House of Horrors. Had some pretty fun cards that we pulled in episode 1. You can check that out right up here somewhere. If you want to check that out, see where I gave awards for artwork and silliness and all that good stuff. Let's get right into it. Right now we're sitting on only 2 legendary cards so far. We got a few rares. I don't actually know what to call the ones that are beyond rare. Glimmer, we've seen Glimmer already. We've seen Acrobatic Cheerleader, but not the holographic version. We have Raucous Carnival, that is a land. Valgavoth, Terror Eater. I love the artwork on this. This is right up my alley too. Definitely a swamp deck kind of dude, even though I don't play, I used to. It's a legendary creature. It is a very rare or ultra rare. I'm just going to say legendary. It's a legendary creature. It has flying and lifelink. Ward, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. If a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with Valgavoth. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with Valgavoth. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. It's a 9/9. It's a lot of work. It's a little hard to see the artwork, but it is very cool. Rather monotone, which makes like the red pop. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool card. Break Down the Door. We haven't seen this one yet. Oh god, and these dreaded things. Greenhouse and Rickety Gazebo. I have seen that one already. I'm gonna keep these organized here. Arabella, Abandoned Doll. Okay, so this is kind of more along the line. So the actual Annabelle doll, which by the way, I don't believe in ghosts and stuff. I just think this stuff is fun and creepy. The actual Annabelle doll is like a Raggedy Ann. And there is a card in this set that is basically totally inspired by a Raggedy Ann doll. But the movies, in the Conjuring movies, the Annabelle that they use is kind of a more along this lines. So they have Arabella instead of Annabelle. I like the kind of play on the name. It's clear what they're referencing, and this looks more creepy. The thing with a Raggedy Ann doll is that Raggedy Ann dolls just aren't that scary. The Annabelle doll from the movies is creepy. This is creepier. We have a Glimmer Seeker, Spectral Snatcher. Oh my god, I love this ghoul. This ghoul here is super, super cool. It's got like a big sun hat on. Perhaps some stuff that you'd see out of like the 1920s or something. Out in the park. Very creepy. Very, very good ghoul. I've got another one of these. Underwater Tunnel and Slimy Aquarium. Horrid Vigor. I like the artwork on this one. Not my favorite creature that we've seen so far, but good artwork nonetheless. An Artifact. Clue. Oh god, I don't know how old anybody watching this would be, but I remember back in the day, if this happened to one of your VHSs, dude, you were toast. You have to stick your pinky in the socket and like try to twist it back and hope it works. Shepherding Spirits. I like the ghosts. Those are cool ghosts. Oh god, one of these. Glassworks and Shattered Yard. I do like the artwork on this though. I find the artwork on these kind of hard to look at and appreciate. It's just like the form factor of them. It doesn't work with my eyes, but it's cool. I like this kind of like dancing type ghost spectral thing. And finally, we have Fear of Immobility. Again, I love the theme of all the different phobias and stuff, although I've never heard of the Fear of Immobility. All right, so we had a couple of cool art pieces that came out of that one. That was a clean pull. Oh god, we have a holographic one of these. It makes them even harder to see, but we have seen this. This is Derelict Attic and Widow's Walk. And we have a kind of bigger artwork of forest. I like this forest, actually. This is very cool. I don't know if we've seen this one yet. And we have a rare here. Omnivorous Flytrap. Love the artwork on this. Absolutely amazing. They like turned it into like a serpent. Its teeth are horrific. I like this card. Very cool. We're going to put this in the pile of stuff that I really like. And we have another rare. Dissection Tools. Artifact Equipment. When Dissection Tools enters, manifest Dread. Then attach Dissection Tools to that creature. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has Death Touch and Lifelink. Wow. But you do have to equip sacrifice creature. So it's pretty powerful, but I don't understand the rules quite exactly. Maybe you have to kill the creature that you attach it to or something. I don't know. And we have another one of these kind of cool borders here. Insidious Fungus. We saw an Insidious something earlier. I don't know if it was an Insidious Fungus. Oh god. Fear of Abduction. I actually have this. Aliens actually scare the shit out of me. Here's the thing. I'm 5'4" and I'm like not afraid of like anybody. I'll fight anybody if I have to. I don't fucks with spiders and I don't fucks with aliens. Aliens freak me out because if they wanted to take you and do butt stuff, there's no way you could stop them. If they can get here, you can't stop them from doing butt stuff to you. Travel halfway across the universe or the galaxy or whatever, and what you think you're gonna like run? No, if they wanna shove experimental equipment up your backside and analyze its contents, they're going to. Taking a closer look at the artwork, he has like some heads hanging in his eyes, which is like kind of creepy. I don't know why they would be. It's a little like out of place. If they would have just like had like some glossy shimmer in the eye, it would have looked better. I don't exactly know what it means. Maybe the instructions of the card that I'm not going to read would tell you. Paranormal Analyst. It's uncommon. Malevolent Chandelier. We've seen that one. We've seen Slimy Aquarium and Underwater Tunnel. Spectral Snatcher. This is we pulled one of these earlier. Love this one. We can add this to the common pile here. And we've seen this one as well. Glassworks and Shattered Yard. Seized from Slumber. This is pretty freaky artwork here. I like this. Like the fingers are like unraveling. This is actually how, what was it? One of the Avenger movies, or was it Multiverse of Madness or something? But this is how they did the Stretchy Man. They did him dirty. Oh my God, what's his name? Mr. Fantastic. Duh! They did Mr. Fantastic dirty. There's no way he would have gone for just a straight on reach because he's like the smartest man in the world. He would have had a backup plan to the backup plan to the backup plan, right? And they just like spaghettified him. Such a stupid way to die. They did him dirty. Oh, this is a great piece of artwork. Grab the prize. I love this. This is freaky. So it's like a clown. It kind of looks like Jigsaw a little bit. Very bulbous body. Kind of has a body that reminds me of, is it Oogie Woogie or Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas? That weird like fabric fat kind of body. Very cool artwork. We're going to add this one to the pile of stuff I like. And we've seen the Shepherding Spirits. Possessed Goat. We've seen this one, but we have not seen a holographic yet. And we got another holographic, Razor Trap Gorge, which I'm pretty sure we saw in a different one. That's a land. Saw that one in episode 1. The Unstoppable Slasher. I like this character. He has like a saw on his hand and then maybe like a gigantic claw on the backside. Let me get closer. Now it looks like he's holding something. But this is a rare. It's a creature, zombie assassin with Death Touch. Whenever Unstoppable Slasher deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. When Unstoppable Slasher dies, if it had no counters on it, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with 2 stun counters on it. Absolutely wicked. Totally OP. I love that. And it's a zombie, which is my jam. Cathartic Hearting. I want to like this artwork a lot. I don't like the rat hero thing going on there though. Attack in the Box, dude. What a great name. Jack in the Box. Let's check out the artwork. I love it. It's like a jester clown, haunted clown thing. It looks more like a slug coming out of the box. What a fantastic name. Instead of Jack in the Box, it's Attack in the Box. Love that. That's going to get an award later. Growing Dread. Popular Egotist. I don't know. Moldering Gym and Weight Room. Hate those sideways cards, man. Tunnel Surveyor. Flesh Burrower. Vicious Clown. We saw that one in part 1. Boiler Blige's Ripper. We saw that one as well. We saw Fear of Mobility already. And Glimmerlight. I don't know if we saw this or not. It's equipment. It's common. Moving on. We have another Glimmer, and we have Skull Snap Nuisance. I like the name of that. That's pretty cool. I think we saw one of these, maybe. Maybe not. And we have a Hollowland, and we have a rare. The Ghost Vacuum. Definitely inspired by, like, Ghostbusters. Exile target card from Graveyard. Sacrificed Ghost Vacuum. Put each creature card exiled with Ghost Vacuum onto the battlefield under your control. Sick. With a flying counter on it. Sick. Each of them is a 1/1 spirit in addition to its other types. Activate only as a sorcery. Diversion Specialist. Fear of Infinity. Actually, I have a cousin that like gets kind of anxious if you get him started on the idea of like eternity. I wonder if affinity would work the same. Definitely cool art for Fear of Infinity. It's like this ghost fish snake thing eating itself. Get out. And we have Clockwork Percussionist. This got into a pile for an award, but ended up not winning an award. Fear of Lost Teeth. I also really like the artwork on this one. Found Footage. We've been there. Unable to Scream. So now that this is not a hollow, in the first one we pulled a hollow and it was kind of hard to see, but now I can probably get a closer look at it. Less creepy than I thought it had potential to be whenever I was looking at the holographic, but still pretty cool card. Scorching Dragonfire, Living Phone, we've seen that one. Friendly Teddy, and then we have the Ragged Playmate. So this is actually more like what the real Annabelle doll, I mean the Annabelle doll is like real. It's the claims on it, or what's in question here, but it looks more like a Raggedy Ann doll, and that's just not scary. And I would argue that this one isn't as freaky as the Arabella. Vengeful Possession. We've seen that one already, but not as a holographic. We have a holographic land, and we have a rare here. Nashi, Searcher in the Dark. So this is another mouse character. It's a rat ninja wizard, and I just don't mess with that. But it has Menace. Whenever Nashi, Searcher in the Dark deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You may put any number of legendary and or enchantment cards from among them into your hand. If you put no cards into your hand this way, put a +1/+1 counter on Nashi. We've seen the piggy bank already. I loved the artwork artwork on that. Scrabbling skull crab. That's a kind of a mouthful. I can't believe that didn't tongue twist me. That's a pretty cool piece of art. I like that. Crab with skull head. And the it's like the jawbones have detached, and that's like the, you know, crabs eat with those little things like that. And they just did that with like the jawbones. Very, very cool and creative card. Shrewd storyteller. Exercise. Cracked skull. Frantic strength. Dog's brought a squeaker to my lap, that thing. Fear of lost teeth, we've seen that one. We've seen fear of surveillance. We've seen glassworks and shattered yard. I did like the artwork. I just wish it was bigger because I find these hard to see. Shepherding spirits we've seen, and friendly teddy we've seen. We now have a holo of the Spine Seeker Centipede. I liked the artwork. It almost won an award in the last video. Murky Sewer. Love the artwork on that. That's spooky. We're clearly in like a New York style like kind of sewer with the hands coming out of the walls. And we have a rare, Ghostly Dancers. I think we haven't seen this one, I don't think. It has flying when Ghostly Dancers enters. Return an enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand or unlock a locked door of a room you control. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, create a 3/1 white spirit creature token with flying. It's pretty cool. We have an uncommon Wicker Folk Thresher. I like the artwork on this. This is a cool character. Yeah, it's like a monster like made of twigs or something with like multiple head looking things on it. Pretty cool artwork. Razorkin Horde Caller. It's a clown berserker. Yeah, that's a pretty cool creature, I'd say. He's got one giant claw, an axe, a clown face, and like ghostly hair. Again, it kind of looks like Jack the Killer or whatever that early internet meme was. Old school creepypasta. Shroud Stomper. Cursed Windbreaker. We saw that one in the first episode of this, as well as the Dagger Maw Megalodon, and Slavering Branch Snapper. Fear of the Dark. This actually won like top award in the first video for like my favorite artwork. Love this little piece here. Super cool, super creepy, and it's monochrome, and I vibe with monochrome. Grasping Longneck, we've seen that. Scorching Dragonfire, I believe we saw that. Emerge from the Coon, we've seen that, and Wary Watchdog. I wish those were Dobermans. Let me know in the comments if anything I've come across so far is actually of any value. I'll literally sell this to anybody. Ooh, here's a cool card. Victor Valgavoth's Seneschal. I think I said that right. Love the artwork. I like that the holographic is like coming through his eyes, but the rest of him is like less holographic. There's portions of him that aren't holographic. Like the reds are holographic, but the blacks aren't. Very, very cool and creative use of the holofoil here. It's a legendary creature who's a human warlock. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, surveil 2. If this is the first time, this ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time, each opponent discards a card. If it's the third time, put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. From a graveyard, so it could be yours or theirs. Pretty cool. That's a rare. And we have a mountain. I like the full art mountain. This is a very, very cool. It doesn't look like a mountain to me, but you know. In fact, the only reason it looks fiery at all is because it's red. Liline of Hope. This is another rare. If Liline of Hope is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. That's kind of sweet. If you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. Sweet. As long as you have at least 7 life, more than your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2. So I imagine you'd have to build a deck kind of around getting that ability. You'd have to like boost up your life first and try to get it early on before you start taking damage. That's a pretty sweet card. Overgrown Zealot. We've seen that one. Attack in the Box. This is the best name that we've come across so far, but we have seen this one. Ooh, Brood Spinner. I don't like spiders, but that's a pretty cool one with its 2 gigantic eyes. Or 3 gigantic eyes. Valgavoth's Faithful. Another one of these awkward things. Grand Entryway and Elegant Rotunda. Vanish from Sight. Malevolent Chandelier. We've seen that one. Cautious Survivor. We've seen that one. We've seen Bedhead Beastie. We've seen Possessed Goat. And we've seen Spine Seeker Centipede. Actually, Attack in the Box is right there. That was from this video. I thought it was the last. It's all running together. There's a lot of cards to go through. Ghostly Keybearer, we've seen that one, although I don't know if we saw that in holographic. Got a holographic mountain. Hey, we got a legendary right here. Overlord of the Belmer. I like the artwork, man. It is just, there's a lot going on with it. There's like multiple appendages and a couple of different like goat heads or deer heads up at the top. Like a big eye in the middle. Kind of like necrotic skin, but like exposed ribcage. Very cool artwork. Enchantment creature, Avatar Horror. Impending 5, which means if you cast this spell for its impending cost, it enters with 5 time counters on it and isn't a creature until the last is removed. At the beginning of your end step, remove a time counter from it. Whenever Overlord of the Belmerk enters or attacks, mill 4 cards. Then you may return a non-avatar creature card or a planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Sick. Marvin, Murderous Mimic. Cool name. It's a legendary artifact creature toy. Marvin, Murderous Mimic has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. Dope. What a dope card. card. Optimistic Scavenger. Gremlin Tamer. One of these awkward ones here. Bottomless Pool and Locker Room. It is, however, an uncommon, so. Clockwork Percussionist, we've seen that one. Spectral Snatcher, one of my favorites so far. Tunnel Surveyor. Frantic Strength, we've seen. Grab the Prize, love the artwork, it's already in the pile. Trapped in the Screen, we've seen. And Glimmerlight, we've seen. We have an Awkward Hollow. We've seen it. Underwater Tunnel and Slimy Aquarium. Lakeside Shack. Ooh, Doomsday Excruciator. This is a rare, and it is right up my alley. We may have seen this one. Very demon-like goat head, multiple horns. Love this artwork. It's a creature, demon, flying. When Doomsday Excruciator enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down. All but the bottom 6? When Doomsday Excruciator enters, if it was cast, each player exiles all, but that includes you. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card, so that kind of puts you at like a disadvantage actually, because like if all except the bottom, like if you run out of cards, you lose, right? God, I don't remember if that's a rule. That's kind of a crazy card. We're gonna put that in pile because I love the artwork. Irreverent Gremlin. Fear of failed tests. I didn't know that was a real thing. Didn't know that was like an actual phobia. We've got an Awkward Thing, a Surgical Suite and Hospital Room. I believe I might have seen this one. Duskmourn's Domination. We've seen that one. Fanatic of the Harrowing. We've seen that one. Don't Make a Sound, we've seen that one. Horrid Vigor, we've seen that one. I do like the artwork on that. Murder, we've seen. Turned Inside Out, this was a contender for favorite or creepiest artwork in the first episode here. And we have a non-holographic Jump Scare. I love this creature. It's very, very spooky. It's definitely not going to win any awards in this one though. And Vicious Clown, we've seen. Now we have a holographic Ragged Playmate. We have a land. And we have a rare here, the Swarm Weaver. It's kind of hard to see because it's like a very big scene, but this is a very cool creature here. Legendary artifact creature, Scarecrow. When the Swarm Weaver enters, create 2 1/1 black and green insect creature tokens with flying. It has Delirium. As long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, insects and spiders you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. Wicker Folk Thresher, we've seen that one. Infernal Phantom, not really feeling that one too much. Shroud Stomper, I think I've seen this one. Orphans of the Wheat, so far the funniest name that we've come across. I love this one. I love the name of it. Love the creatures because kids are freaky anyway. Give Into Violence, we've seen. Unable to Scream, we've seen. Monstrous Emergence, we saw that one in the first episode, I think. Rip Chain Razorkin, we've seen that one. Hardened Escort, that name is just, it's something. Terramorphic Expanse, have not seen that one. That is a land. I like the color scheme of this one, the green and red on a color wheel that just works. That's why it pops out at my eye. And Impossible Furno, we've seen. We've got a couple more. Seeds from Slumber. This is the dirtiness they did to Mr. Fantastic, only it's holographic now. Abandoned Campground. Land. Ooh, we have a legendary here. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Yeah, the artwork is it's okay. I don't mess with it real hard. Enchantment Creature. Avatar Horror. Impending 4. Whenever Overlord of the Hauntwoods enters or attacks, create a tapped colorless land token named Everywhere that is every basic land type. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Pretty powerful too. 6/5. Altanak, the Thrice Called. There's a lot going on in this one. I feel like it's a pretty cool looking creature, but it's kind of hard to like see exactly what I'm looking at on it. Killer's Mask, we have seen. Fear of Isolation, we have seen. Shard Mage's Rescue. Winter's Intervention, we've seen that. Twist Reality is a new one. Pretty cool artwork on that. Pretty cool creature. Say Its Name, we have seen. Fear of Immobility, we have seen. This is a creepy one, the Unsettling Twins. One of my favorites that we've seen so far. Very cool creature. That's the Hand That Feeds. And again, we're doing Mr. Fantastic dirty. And we are on our last booster of this video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the part 3 and final of Duskmourn House of Horrors in this clueless card pull. Also, again, you can go and watch part 1 if you have not seen that yet. We have a creature token, a spirit, is flying. Cool. We've seen the Clockwork Percussionist lamp. All right, we have a rare here, Enduring Vitality. Enchantment Creature, Elk Glimmer. Vigilance. Creatures you control have tap and add 1 mana of any color. That's powerful. That's just like all your creatures. That's dope. When Enduring Vitality dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment, not a creature. Sick. All of a sudden, that little thing, we've seen that like a couple times. It just made sense to me. So like whenever it comes back, it's no longer a creature, it's an enchantment. Violent Urge, Gremlin Tamer. This is a human scout, and I feel like this character is inspired by somebody. I just don't know who. I mean, it kind of reminds me of one of the characters in Stranger Things, but yeah, it seems like it's inspired by an actor that I can't quite put my finger on. Vile Mutilator. Love this creature. It's just like a almost completely but not totally decomposed goat demon thing. Very cool. Might add that one to the pile of awards to be given here. Anthrofeed, we've seen this one. Final Vengeance. Love the artwork on this one. Do think I've seen this one. Another one of these awkward ones. Meat Locker and Drowned Diner. We've seen that. Cryptid Inspector. I believe we've seen that one too. Cackling Slasher. We've seen that one. Glimmer Burst. We've seen that one. Ticket Booth and Tunnel of Hate. We've seen. And Friendly Ghost. We've seen. This is that, like, 19th century pimp. Cool. Let's get our stuff out of the way here and let's go through our awards. So first and foremost, Attack in the Box is the best name that we've come across so far. Awesome play on words, cool creature, spooky. It hits on all levels. Now let's see if I can pick out like the scariest here. None of these are going to be the scariest, the grab the prize or the ominous flytrap. Freakiest, spookiest. I've got to give it to Vile Mutilator. It just hits like, I mean, as far as like demons, they're both demons. This one's probably more classically a demon, but I like the wings on this Doomsday Excruciator. I actually think I might like the Doomsday Excruciator. To me, it's a little more freaky. Like this Vile Mutilator is like really huge and everybody's going to be like freaked out if like a giant dragon demon monster looking thing like is like trying to get you or whatever. If it's grabbing a fire tiger or whatever, like that would freak everybody out. It's like, oh my God, it's a big monster. It could be like a big kitten and like you're probably not going to make it. But the Doomsday Excruciator, it's more like human sized, ghostly wings, freakier, bunch of eyes, and the eyes go up the side of the head so it can like probably like see you no matter like where you're hiding. Like if he walks past you, he's going to see you because he can see out the side of his eye. It's just a little scarier. So we're going to give the scariest, freakiest to the Doomsday Excruciator. And that leaves the Spectral Snatcher. I just think that this is an excellent ghost, man. There's something inherently freaky about like overly agaped mouths. It's probably like screeching. Both of my dogs are looking at me like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, just as far as ghosts go, this is a freaky one. It's a cool one. I love like the sun, the sun hat, like the 1920s. It's like the hat that like some older woman would wear to church. Very cool card. This wins for this video as far as like cool, just sheer coolness goes. And it happens to be a common. And of course, we don't want to forget, we want to go over the rares that we pulled here. I have no idea if these are worth anything. We had the Doomsday Excruciator. We had the Omnivorous Flytrap. Love the name, love the character. Enduring Vitality. Swarm Weaver, the Swarm Weaver. Marvin the Murderous Mimic, excellent name. Liline of Hope. Victor Valgavoth's Sensual. Probably the coolest holographic we've come across so far. Very creative use of the holo. Ghostly Dancers. Nashi, Searcher in the Dark. That dumb rat character. Ghost Vacuum. Unstoppable Slasher. And Dissection Tools. And for our very rare, or the legendaries, whatever they're called, Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Overlord of Baelmerk. This should have gotten some kind of like an award because this is a very cool artwork. So this actually reminds me a little bit of like my fine art bodyscape photography because I shoot it on like a pitch black dead background, totally black, to where the only thing that's illuminated is like the human figure. And so I just kind of vibe with this one. This is something, now if this is really valuable, God, I mean, anybody can have it, but you know, I would keep it otherwise if it's not worth anything because it's cool. I vibes with it. And then finally, Valgavoth Terror Eater. Also very cool artwork. Doesn't quite get to the point where I would like, you know, beat out anything else that I was looking at earlier, but very cool artwork. I like what they just like what they did with it being mostly kind of desaturated, but the you know, the reds really pop. Very cool. And that is our legendaries for this particular episode. Check out the first episode of tearing apart 12 booster packs of Duskmourne House of Horror. That was also the first clueless card pull for Magic the Gathering on this channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss the third and final part where we do the final 12 booster packs for Duskmourne House of Horrors. Horrors, not horrors. That's it. We'll see you in the next one.